Speaking into my phone like this gives me dopamine, but it takes no effort. I can just whip up my phone and start speaking whenever I want. It takes no effort. I'll be driving, I'll set up my phone, I'll start speaking. I'll be sitting outside, grab my phone, start speaking. I'll be inside, outside, it doesn't matter. It takes literally zero effort. I can whip out my phone no matter where I am. But do you know what takes even more effort, actual, genuine hardship of me pushing through difficulty and overcoming and fucking chasing the real goal? Is sitting down for 2 straight hours, editing a video, clipping it up, edits, music, subtitles, cuts, images, everything, transitions. Sitting down in my own thoughts, editing a video that I made, that I created for a whole fucking 2 or 3 hours and making it perfection. I don't think I've ever felt better in this world than when I did that. So am I just going to do what's easy? Am I just going to do what takes no effort and just keep speaking into my phone all the time like a fucking schizo? Or am I going to actually apply myself and make a real video, edit everything, clip it all up, get insanely shredded, and then achieve the real goal I want to achieve? Because happiness is the difference between expectation and reality. You tell a kid you're going to have ice cream and then you don't give them ice cream, they're going to fucking scream, right? So expectations are very important. So I have this like dream expectation of myself that I'm going to save the entire world and that life is going to be perfect and that every single animal synapse in my brain is going to move me in the right direction. Every single gut reaction, every single emotion, every single feeling or instinct I have is going to be correct and it's going to move me in the direction I want to go to. And the only way that is going to happen is if I have a powerful body, a powerful mind, and I do so in the correct environment. If I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that play video games and smoke weed all day and play video games and they just waste their life away eating processed food, fast food, just consuming. If I trust my instincts and react to that environment, I'm just going to avoid pain and chase dopamine. I'm going to try to avoid pain as much as I can, but I'm going to end up succumbing if I'm in that environment and I do not have a genuine, crazy mission to go out and fucking chase. If I don't have a clear path to follow, I'm going to end up just consuming and succumbing to that environment. No matter what, you cannot fight your nature. You have been trusting your instincts, avoiding what felt bad, gravitating towards what felt good since the beginning of human time. It's what every single one of your ancestors has ever done, ever. Do you think Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Trump, Biden, whoever, do you think they're any different than you? No. They fucking like eating food. They enjoy sitting around. They avoid pain and they chase dopamine. Every single person on this planet, they just wake up, they trust their instincts, they look at their phone. What notifications do I want to respond to? Where do I want to place my attention? What environment do I want to react to? That's the only game you're playing. So if you want a different life, react to a different environment. I have a whole list of tasks on my computer right now, and half of it is just like clean the house, remove all dirt, remove all poison, remove all impurities, and replace it with more reminders, more whiteboards, more work that's going to push me towards my goal. All those things on that list, they essentially, the only thing they do is remove all of the negative attention. Remove all the distractions, remove any obstacles, any roadblocks that are going to hold me back, that are going to steal my attention. They're going to make me consume or slow down or lose my will. Nothing that weakens my spirit. That's what I want to get rid of. And at the end of the day, I realized that, damn, all of these things I just wrote down in this list are just excuses for me not already chasing my goal every second of every day. If I woke up and I was so filled with spirit that I could not even think about anything else other than chasing what I wanted to chase in front of me, life would be so fucking easy. So I read a quote somewhere and it says, if you have to utter the words, I am strong, or I am becoming strong, or I am improving, then you've basically just admitted to yourself that you are not strong yet. There's no such thing as good or evil. There is only strength and evolution. That's the natural state of man. There is no such thing as staying the same. Every single day, you're either moving forward or backward. You're either growing or dying. I'm 20 years old. I had a bunch of coffee and a cigar today. I did a bunch of push-ups. Made some sales yesterday, but I haven't knocked on any doors today. I haven't edited any videos and genuinely used the gifts that God gave me that I'm supposed to be doing. It's like happiness is the difference between expectation and reality. And if I'm not going to meet my expectations, if I'm not going to post a video every single fucking day and actually edit the video and actually become obsessed and genuinely feel like working towards all of those things, then what is the point? If I'm not going to meet that expectation, then I don't want to play that game. The mission is all you have. I was put on this earth to go through all of that trauma, to get addicted to fentanyl, to go to fucking drug rehab as a teenager. I had to drop out of college. I had to abandon every single thing that I held dear to myself. I had to abandon all of it to find something new. It's never the person who's happy with his life, who has a great, satisfying, easy, happy, fulfilled life, that's willing to uproot everything in search of change. All the greatest competitors, all the greatest heroes, nobody goes into an extreme character development arc. Nobody goes off on an extreme mission that has a perfect, normal, easy life. That's why the elites of this world try so hard to keep you consuming. Because when you're consuming, it shuts off your conscious mind and you are literally just reacting and you are not conscious. So when I'm on TikTok scrolling, I don't actually have TikTok on my phone, but let's just say if I'm scrolling on TikTok, video after video after video, my conscious mind is essentially off. There's repetitive music, there's a bunch of flashing images. All of that stuff is so stimulating, it turns off your conscious mind and you basically just react with pure instinct. So when I see a video of a hot girl bouncing her butt cheeks all over the place, I instantly get dopamine from that, whether I realize it or not, because I don't have the conscious control to overcome it. When you're consuming, when you're in that slow, empty, weakened state of being, the only thing that can happen is you're going to react with pure instinct. It's like when you wake up in the morning and you're all slow and you're tired and you're like, you don't really know what's going on. You're in that hypnotic state immediately when you wake up. That's because your brain literally does not have enough oxygen in order to create those higher level thoughts, those higher level thinking. So when you wake up in the morning and you have no air inside your body, and you're so shallow and you're barely waking up and you got to have a big yawn, the better thing you can do is take as many big, deep breaths as you can to activate those higher level thoughts. Activate your conscious mind. Breath and consciousness is linked. When you're scrolling on TikTok and you're just reacting to video after video after video, funny, video, super shallow thoughts. When I'm hitting a bench PR in the gym, or when I'm deadlifting as much as I humanly can, I will literally get as much air into my body, contract my entire body, every fiber of my being to lift that weight. That's a much higher level of consciousness than just scrolling and reacting to your environment and being barely awake. The more oxygen you have inside of your brain, the more brain power you have, the more you can control. That's why coffee is good. That's why cigars are good, because it literally increases the amount of power you have. It increases your breath. It increases your heart rate, increases your speed. Everything moves faster. You breathe bigger. You're stronger, more full. That's why fucking eating a bunch of candy and smoking weed makes you more empty. It is waste. It makes you more wasteful. Makes you more empty, makes you slower, weakens your spirit. Why would you do anything that weakens your spirit? The only thing I can think of is if you don't trust your own spirit and you don't want to feel the emotions and the visions you're currently feeling. It's like if I was feeling really sick and I was like vomiting and I felt really empty and I couldn't really control how I felt and I wanted to avoid those feelings, I'd fucking go vomit, or I'd go throw up or whatever, or I'd go for a run, or I'd do something, or I'd smoke weed to make those feelings go away. If you do not have a natural reaction, if you don't have a, a natural remedy, a fix, a solution for your emotional problems or your physical problems or your mental problems or spiritual problems, whatever. If you don't have an actual, genuine, real solution that's going to A, solve your problem, and B, move you closer to where your goal is, then you have a lot of work to do. If I'm drinking a bunch of coffee and smoking a cigar and I'm literally feeling on edge, ready to fucking go to war, go crazy, then I almost have to drop down and do a bunch of push-ups just to counteract the effects. So the only thing is, you always have to do things that move you faster and never make you slow down. It's like when your mind is empty, you don't have control. Demons can only possess an empty vessel. That's why when you scroll on TikTok, there's fast, repetitive music, a bunch of flashing images in front of your mind that intentionally shuts off your conscious brain. So then you're empty and you can just become programmed by the repetitive shit in there. That is how they get you. Repetition is hypnosis. Like that song, Percocet, Molly Percocet. That song is literally hypnosis. So why do you think every single video I tell you to get more shredded, to move forward, get more shredded, closer to your goal, chase the path forward? So if you don't have a target in front of you, if you don't have a clear path forward, if you're not chasing a target, if you don't have your eyes set on something to fucking chase after, all you have to do is remove all the roadblocks, remove more and more repetitive habits. Anything that has dopamine is going to make you repeat that action over and over again. Like sugary foods, processed foods, salty sodium foods, shit like that. Dopamine is just the repetition chemical. So look at me. All I've had today, all I've consumed, I scrolled a little bit on Twitter. That's bad. But I've been speaking into my phone, drinking coffee, smoking a cigar, doing fucking push-ups. And this is the end result. I'm walking around, making videos. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. When you only refuse to attach your dopamine receptors to a couple of things that are going to move you towards your goal. Like literally, I've just been on repeat. Whip out my phone, start speaking, do some push-ups, drink some coffee, smoke a cigar, talk to my boy at the house. It's so much easier because your brain is going to repeat actions that feel good, whether you realize it or not. You can live with a bunch of potheads and smoke weed all day and eat candy all day and be a piece of shit. Or you can live with a bunch of Sigmas and make sales every day and knock on doors and drink coffee and smoke cigars and do fucking push-ups and train extremely hard and eat steak. And then eventually just becomes a 1v1 versus the repetitive habits. You are what you repeat. I would much rather be out here speaking into my phone than be inside consuming some social media content. It's so much easier, it feels better, and it gives me dopamine. It solves both problems, moves me closer to my goal, and solves my problem, dopamine. So if you don't have something in your life that's gonna solve your problem of, oh, I don't know where to place my attention, I feel any emotion that's not an absolute perfection, chasing 100% dead sprint towards my goal. If you feel any emotion that is not a 100% dead sprint towards your goal, you need to fucking change. That's the only thing that matters. So if you don't have what you want, why are you going to reward yourself over and over and over and over again? That just means you want to keep repeating that action and you're going to stay where you are. That's why there's a fucking giant marijuana weed shop on every corner. That's why you can buy beer and cheap vapes and instant gratification and candy and sugar and TikTok. All of the instant gratification rewards are extremely potent, they're extreme, and they're cheap. The only reason that exists is to slow down the conscious minds of the poor and the weak. So you have a choice to make. Am I going to, life is ones or zeros. More shredded, closer to your goal, strength and spirit, more full, more powerful, or man-made research, chemicals, instant gratifications, rewards, more weak. The choice is up to you. What? Stab a pregnant woman. Double homicide. That's haram. Double homicide. See, in my mind, my roommate just talked to me and planted some vision in my subconscious mind. So I could think about that and I could get all possessed by the demons by that. Or I could keep focusing on the goal right now, speaking more shredded. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. Every single repetitive habit you have creates a groove in your mind, a subconscious groove. The more times you do something, the more likely you're gonna do that thing in the future. You can't fight your instincts. You can't fight God. You can't just reprogram years and years and years and years of repetitive habits. You exist for a reason. Your habits are there for a reason. The only way you're gonna be able to change those is to gradually, slowly but surely, on a day in and day out basis, maneuver those feelings and those habits into avenues and different solutions that move you forward. Do push-ups, drink coffee, smoke cigars, get really fucking shredded, and stop rewarding yourself. Look at me. This is my life. I can walk around and do whatever the fuck I want. I swear to you, I wake up and I do whatever the fuck I feel like. I just trust my instincts, no matter what. When I go up and I knock on a door, I'm not really looking for the sale. I'm just looking to brighten their day. So if I could talk to them and be like, hey, oh, no worries. I know I'm like the 10th person to knock on your door this week. I get it. You hate salesmen. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just going to explain this. All I'm supposed to do is here. Have you seen this before? And then I'll just get right into it. And it's just like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Are you going to constantly run from your instincts? Are you going to constantly avoid your natural proclivities and your natural urges? Are you going to be a fucking king and chase what really matters? It's very easy when you stop rewarding yourself. It's very easy when you change your environment. It's very easy when the only things you look at are a fucking whiteboard and your fucking videos and some motherfucking people who are going to move you forward. It's so much easy when everything around you moves you forward and gives you energy. You can't just smoke weed all day. You can't just scroll on TikTok all day. You can't just eat food all day. You got to get more shredded. So that's just it. If you're not where you want to be in life, the only advice I really have is remove all of those habits. Remove all the short-term instant gratification. Anything that's easy, anything that takes no effort must be removed. Even me, sitting here, speaking into my phone, doing whatever the fuck I feel like, I can't just do that if I want to win. I have to edit videos. I have to use my brain, God's gift. So get more shredded.